Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Building with Boot. Boot here, and before we get started on the main focus of today's episode, I first just wanted to get you guys in on something, so to speak. So in the next episode, not this episode, but in the next episode, we're going to be focusing on the final build inside of the town here, and it's going to be a prison, and I'm going to capture some pillagers from over here and bring them over. Why am I telling you about this? Well, I need names. I need to name them. So I'm putting this early in the episode to make sure that everyone has a chance and everyone catches this, but we're going to probably name 4 or 5 of them. So the first 5 comments with a name that is safe for work will get a pillager named after whatever name that is. And we're going to throw them in some prison cells here. It's going to be real fun. And it's just going to be awesome. So make sure you go ahead, drop a name in the comments below. And yeah, with that, let's go ahead and get started on the episode itself here. Hello everyone. Today we are starting out in another sniping things, straight sniping things. We are in a nether to finally try to get our netherite armor. So let's go ahead and get blowing up. Let's get blowing up. Hey, all right, got our first ones pretty quickly there. Let's grab these things up real quick and we're gonna keep going on, see what we can do. All right, a bunch of beds later, and we are at 20 netherite now. So we should be able to get a full set of armor suited up here and 1 tool. We'll have to come back sometime to get the rest of our tools, but I'm out of stuff. So let's go get this done in the meantime, and yeah, let's get a little more powerful. So fun story. I completely forgot that you need to get a new object in 1.20 in order to upgrade armor to netherite. And apparently the only place you can get it is from a bastion. So we're gonna have to go and explore a bastion, I guess. I guess we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we found a bastion. This is good. What isn't good is the amount of bad guys on there, and I don't really know if I can get any closer. I think this is the dangerous forest where hoglins can spawn, right? So it would be very easy for them to just knock me off, I think. And I can't get a good angle on these guys from here, and I'm definitely not gonna go in there and die either. So I guess I'm gonna keep just trying to pick them off as I can. These guys kissing down here? They snuck away from everyone else. They're having a good time. Playtime's over. Okay. Netherite. And gosh, none of the things I need. Bunch of golden carrots. Okay. There's one. We got one. Oh my gosh. That's it. Okay, 2. We've gotten 2. As of right now, we can get 2 pieces of netherite. 2 pieces of netherite armor. So after that bastion, we went ahead and we explored a little bit more of the nether to try to find some more, because we didn't have enough of the upgrade pieces that we needed. And you know, I was recording, but nothing too exciting happened except for this. Yeah, we died. The piglin came right up on us with an axe and 3 hacked us to death, and yeah, it wasn't very fun. We managed to get all of our stuff back. We came back home and got ourselves suited up, but not without a little bit of frustration to start with. Also, look, we put in some of the cherry blossoms up here into our little trellis, and look at all the little pink particles coming down. Like, it adds so much little ambiance to this little area. Anyway, sorry to get distracted. Yeah, that was our trip to the nether. We managed to get all of our netherite set up, and we're good to go now. So let's get back to the episode. All right, we're looking nice and spiffy. We're all decked out. We're gonna get some armor trims on this soon. But first, I wanna go ahead and focus on a build today, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a little bit. Ever since we lost our storage system with the create mod being gone, I've been trying to build buildings to store all of our stuff in. And today, I want to build a place that we can put our wood in. And I've been looking around my village here, and I don't really see much space for any large structures anymore. I mean, I think we've pretty much filled out this spot. We've pretty much filled it out. And so where to put this wood storage place? I was just running around the village a little bit, and I noticed, got some mountains here, This is all kind of covered. This all looks kind of nice. Over here is going to be a forest that's completely filled in. Over there, we've got the evil village. And then out here is just kind of plains. It's just kind of boring. And there's not much there. So I thought, why don't we build out there? We kind of extend it out, and we could build a lumber yard. We could build a lumber mill, a place where they would cut the wood, and there can be a farm of trees behind it that would look really nice. And we could just take a path from this path and wrap it around the lake a little bit here. And let me tell you what, guys, that is exactly what we're going to do today. So let's go ahead and get started on this. I think this is going to look amazing when we're done, and I think you guys are really going to like the design of it as well. I really do. And hopefully it inspires you a little bit to add a little something extra to your world. So here we are, we're at the site of our build, and I think this is going to add so much to this landscape here. I think it's going to look so much better when we're all done with it, and I really think that we're getting closer and closer to the point where we can call this starter area finished, and we can move on to the next area. We've still got a lot of work to do over here in the woods. This is clearly not completed. We've done almost nothing since the episode where we worked on that, but today we're going to do some building. We're going to do some real building, and I'll stop and kind of talk about it as we go through, but basically we've got most of the materials we need for it right here. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say that this build, we got some inspiration just by looking up pictures online of sawmills and lumber mills, and we saw a picture of something, and we tried to recreate it. We tried to do what we could to recreate that, and I think that we did a pretty good job of that. I think we did a pretty good job of it. We're gonna build up the structure here a little bit first and get the shape of it, and I really think you guys are gonna like it. So we're gonna get the main structure in right now. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. We're a little ways through it, and it doesn't look great yet. Okay, I promise you it'll get better. But I just wanted to talk about a few things. First of all, I just want to talk about using tough in with some of these builds. I think tough mixed in with cobblestone and andesite works really well, especially when it's a lower block. I didn't do a great job of that on the front side here, but I think it looks okay regardless. It blends in pretty nicely, and it just kind of adds a little bit of darker tone to the bottom of a structure, and it just makes it feel a little more real. We're also using trap doors here to kind of break up these pillars and make them look a little bit more supported at the bottom, but not too much. A lot of people will throw stairs down here, and personally, I think it just looks a little bit too much. I think it looks a little bit too much at times. A little bit too thick, comes out too far. You want to add depth, but not too much at the same time. And we're also using some barrels up here. Something about the barrels to me, it just adds in this different texture, this different like point of interest for your eyes to catch. And something about them on support beams works as well, especially up high, because it kind of adds these black lines, like it's a little bit supported. We are also using some dark oak here, some dark oak fences here, to try to mimic a little bit of like a beam going across here, or some slats or something. And inside here, we're using some actual spruce beams with a spruce trap door as the floor on the inside there. You'll see what this is used for a little bit later once we finish this build up. I think this looks super cool through here, and I think we're gonna have a good time building around this. There's a lot more to do here. So I'm gonna kick it into high gear now and really get myself going here through the form of a time lapse. We're gonna finish this up, and then we'll come back and talk about it afterwards. All right, and we are just about finished with the main part of this build of our lumber mill, our sawmill, whatever you want to call it. We flew over to the other side here just to see what it looks like from far away, and I think already it's adding so much to this other side of the lake here, and we still have a lot more to do. I want to add in a bunch of these custom spruce trees. I didn't have enough time to add any more, but I want to make a field of them back here behind. Of different sizes, and just like they're growing the next trees they need. So let's go ahead and get over there. We can talk about some of the stuff we did and just kind of show it off a little bit from a little bit closer perspective. Okay, so here we go. We're coming up on this here, and you can see we tried to pack a lot of detail in this. Let's talk about some of them here. First off, up here, you can really see that this like little bit of extra texture that just adding a sign to the side of some spruce trapdoors can do. It really makes this kind of feel a little bit more 3D, a little bit more realistic, and it's fantastic. Now the walls we made out of the mushroom stems. This was a pain in the butt to get, but we made out of the mushroom stems. We mixed in some composters, believe it or not, and some spruce planks just to kind of make it look like maybe some of this is peeled away. The inside of the windows here, we can see we've got the exposed part of the mushroom when it touches another part of the mushroom, and it's not the same color. It adds a little bit of a pop of color in there. I don't know if you can tell that or not. And then in most of these windows, we've put closed spruce trapdoors behind it. I think it just adds another layer of depth to it. Up here, you can see we don't have that because it wouldn't make much sense as we have one on the outside. But you can see through that, and I think this just looks nice. We've also added some of the glow lichen on the outside here, just to kind of make a little bit of the vine effect that won't grow. And I think this is a lot more subtle than the vines as well. Personally, I think it's better. And over here, just the typical planter box, just some ferns up there just to add some green, to mix it up, draw some interest, so you're not looking at the same thing the whole time. Now remember this part down here. This part looked pretty boring earlier, and you can see it looks a lot better now. We just added a little pop of green here, and all these other details coming together are really helping with it. Over here, we've got just a set of birch logs ready to go. You can use rails to kind of mimic tie downs, and it works really well. And then I noticed, so over at the pictures I was looking up that I got some inspiration from, there's like an elevated part here in the picture I saw with the saws in it. So we've got them set up, and we've got a nice little kind of roof set up over this. It's less intense of a roof than the rest of it, so it's supported by some smaller beams. But the logs would come through here, they'd get cut, and then they have these little ramps to just roll the logs off up there. And we're kind of mimicking that here. Obviously we don't have ramps in Minecraft, but we can use stairs and use our imagination. And in this right here, I just thought it might be kind of nice to have like a little, I don't know if you want to call this a dumpster, but we'll just pretend that this is just the waste from cutting the trees, so we can pretend that the mangrove roots are sticks, and there's just some brush left over from trimming the leaves off. I think it just adds something else to look at over here. The thing is that I feel like you don't focus on just one part. Every part of this is kind of drawing your attention somewhere and makes you want to look more into this. Inside, we're not going to talk about inside. We haven't done anything inside. We haven't done anything inside yet. That's coming. Over here, you can see we've kind of got a way up into the second floor. This was just to make this side different and keep it from being super, super flat. And what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to go up here. There'll be a floor here. I haven't put it in yet. And then we can go over there too. That whole extra section over there. And we'll probably do the storage up here, honestly, because there's a lot of different wood stuff we need. And then over here we've kind of got the storeroom. It's open air. We've got 4 different types of logs in here. We've got the oak, the spruce, the dark oak, and the birch. And they're just kind of sitting there. We've left it more of an open concept inside. The roof is kind of exposed. We've got some beams running across up here, and you know, the whole thing overall, I think it just works really well with everything. And the backside, we haven't really done anything with the backside here, and you know, we're not really going to see it. We might do a little bit of touching up there at some point, but for the most part, I mean, I think we're only going to be viewing this from our town and when we're walking up to it. So I don't know. I think this works really, really well. And I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think this looks good? Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this. I think that this adds so much to this area over here. I mean, you remember how boring and plain this was, and just, you know, all those details, even from over here, are really just making a big difference to that whole area. All right, y'all. I just couldn't wait. I was planning on doing the woods and the forest and the interior off camera for the next stream, and I just had to see it all come together. So this is what we've got right now. I mean, just look at how much better this area looks right now. We've got all the trees added, and you can see they're varying in sizes here. We got smaller to bigger, like they're the lines of trees that were planted here. We can still do some more here, though. I think we can put a few more over here. I think we can put like a fence line going in front to kind of really help out here as well. Just peeking in on this sawmill. This looks so good. I am so happy with how this turned out. This is amazing. It's really brought this area to life over here that I thought was previously kind of dead. So let's go ahead, let's walk over, let's go check out the interior as well. And we can also see what it looks like coming up from where the pathway will be eventually. And just look at this as you come up to it with the trees hanging over the top, and it just feels so welcoming. It feels so nice. So we did the interiors. I'm not super happy with them. I'm not super happy with the interiors here, but for now, I think it's going to work for us. We've got the log up top. This is where we're going to this is where we're going to store the logs. So we got the log type on top we want to store, and then we'll put them in the barrel. I haven't moved them over yet, but it makes it a little bit easier to find each one. And we put a little crafting table down there in case we want to do any quick crafting. And then upstairs, I feel like I can do better up here. This is where I was thinking I'd store everything else. The shape of this room makes it kind of hard to figure anything out. And, you know, I don't know what to do with the decor in here. I feel like here I can throw stairs, upside down stairs or something to make it look like shelves. But this side's different because you've got the trap doors on the inside. So I don't know. It's gonna make things interesting. But for right now, regardless, it's easy to find what we need. And what we'll do is we'll probably just make one of these planks. One will be stairs, slabs, and fences and stuff, and doors. So it's nothing too complicated, but we gotta figure something out. But for now it is working. It is a working storage system for our wood things, and we have a beautiful new build to go along with our starter town. And unfortunately, y'all, that is all that I have time for today. I really hope you enjoyed this build. I hope that this gives you some inspiration to start maybe building something in your own world and utilizing space that you weren't planning on using in the first place. And I just hope maybe it gave you some ideas. Maybe it gave you some ideas of things to build as well. If you did like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment letting me know what you think of this build and if I should make any changes to it. We'll be back with another episode of Building with Boot next week, but I hope you have a good rest of your week here, and I'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in. See you later. Bye.